Experience action. Let's stop just talking about customer experience, employee experience, and the experience of leaders. Let's turn ideas into action. Your host, Jeannie Walters, is an award-winning customer experience expert, international keynote speaker, and founder of Experience Investigators, a strategic consulting firm helping companies increase sales and customer retention through elevated customer experiences. Ready, set, action.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Experience Action Podcast. I'm Jeannie Walters. I'm thrilled you're here, and I continue to be thrilled with your questions. We got such a good question. It's a good, meaty, juicy one today, so go ahead and listen.
Hi, Jeannie. I have a question for you about a customer experience challenge I had this year. We asked our customers about an enhancement they would like to make to their product, and they suggested one. We took that suggestion and we told our customers we would pilot a solution. And we piloted the solution and we found that although customers loved it, it was very cost prohibitive for us. It was not a part of our normal processes, so it was often forgotten or actually just kind of messy and not presented in a way that I felt good about. So the enhancement that customers wanted never really turned out to be possible. How do I communicate that back to customers in a way that says, I heard you, we tried, but it's not going to work out?
All right. Now, this is really something that I can relate to on both sides of the equation. I've been part of programs that have changed both from the inside of an organization and deciding those things, as well as being the customer on the other end. And I want to start there. So when I was a customer, I was using a certain technology, and that technology company reached out to me and said, we are looking for small business owners to see if, you can give us feedback on this program. I said, sure. I started using the services that they were offering. I really enjoyed them. And frankly, I kind of used the heck out of them, right? Because why not? I was getting a lot of benefit as a small business owner, as a customer of this technology. They ended the program with very little fanfare. They actually sent me an email that just basically said, it's over. It felt a little bit like a breakup. And I replied and said, what do you mean it's over? I didn't know there were time limits. I didn't know you were testing this. And that's where the challenge lies. Because if we don't set the right expectations with customers, then we're going to disappoint them.
Oh no.
What we have to do is make sure we are setting expectations along any pilot program, along any of the communications. And sometimes the reality does hurt. I often say that customer experience is about the hard truths. And sometimes the hard truth is that we as a business can't sustain this in the way that you want us to, customers. So saying things like, you know what, this is a temporary test program. We're doing this to test if this will work for both you and us. We love your feedback. We will be monitoring the cost of this for us, the benefits of us as an organization, if we can continue to deliver high quality service and products for you in an efficient way. And then we will include you and your voice as part of our decision making. And sometimes what that means is crafting some hard to say things. So communicating with customers, saying, you know what, we really appreciate your feedback. We heard from X number of customers. We ran this program for X number of months. We found that unfortunately, we can't make it work, but we really do want to thank you for your time. And so because of that, we're going to do this. Or perhaps you say, this is a change we made thanks to this program. So maybe you didn't launch a whole new product that customers loved, but maybe you were able to tweak something because of the program. You discovered an efficiency. You discovered a better way to communicate. Whatever it is, talk about that as part of it. Because going back to this question, part of what you're saying is, we heard you. And that is so, so important. Now, there's no magic formula here. There's no perfect way to roll out a pilot and then roll it back. However, anytime we can, we need to be proactive about setting expectations. Once we set expectations with customers, if we can't live up to them, we need to be honest about that too and continue to communicate that. This is about managing change, both for and with our customers and within our organization? It's a great question, and it highlights something that happens in customer experience. And that is where we think that the answer is just making customers happy. So if we do more of this, they're going to be happy. That's the answer. But sometimes that's just not reality. Sometimes we as business people have to make hard choices. So as business leaders who care about customers, you still have to run the business in the most successful and efficient way. Because by being there long-term as an organization, you will continue to be able to serve your customers. Now, that doesn't mean ignore them. That doesn't mean neglect them. It means exactly the opposite. But we have to constantly weigh and balance the pros and cons for both the organization and our customers. And I've found that if you're honest and authentic with customers, they will respect that. Now, will there be some complainers, some naysayers, some disappointed folks? Yeah, there will. That's the reality of the situation too. Our job is to be honest, to be proactive, and to be intentional about customer experiences. And if we can do that, then we can be honest and authentic and proactive and intentional with our customers. And I think that is worth respecting. There's no perfect formula here, but I really hope this helped. It is about expectations, and it's about managing the communication and managing the change for our customers and for our leaders. So I wish you tons of luck on the programs that you're running, on the tests that you're doing, because all of that will drive long-term change. So even if something doesn't work short-term, remember, we have to learn, we have to take those lessons, and we have to apply them to the long-term customer experience strategy. That's how everybody wins. This was another fantastic question, and I'm so happy with how these are coming in from all over the world. I encourage you to leave me a question at speakpipe.com/experienceaction. And if you hear something I say here and you have questions about it, or you want me to follow up on something, please use that voicemail for that as well. We are starting to hear feedback on this very podcast, which is very exciting as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all the work you do every day to really make things happen for both your customers, your fellow employees, your colleagues, and your leaders at your organization. It matters. And I'm really happy you're here, and I'm really happy you're doing this work. I will talk to you next week. Thanks, everybody. To learn more about our strategic approach to experience, check out free resources at experienceinvestigators.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter, our Year of CX program, and more. And please follow me, Jeannie Walters, on LinkedIn.